Hey y'all, it's Kim again. So this is going to be part 5, I think, of this transcript. It was kind of split up into two, but we're gonna hopefully get this finished at least these two recordings. Because this is about an hour long interview with Jelaine Maxwell and Todd Blanche. But anyway, let's go on. I'm gonna start right here. This is Todd Blanche. Here we
And
go.
then with respect to and Prince Andrew, what do you know about that relationship?
I'd like to ask it again. Relationship's a big word. Like I said, I don't like the word. Let's just start there. Okay. So I have read. I just want to piece together.
But don't say before you say what you read, because that's one of the problems is that we're all kind of
all right.
We're all informed by all the publicity and information around what everybody else has said. But what do you think, or what did you see?
Well,
what did you hear?
What's an even bigger word than bullshit?
Okay. Why? Well, go ahead. But finish that thought. Why do you think that?
I'm going to tell you right now. I'm so happy to tell you. I'm excited. I'm beyond excited. Okay, so there's a mixture of what I've actually seen and know from the evidence and versus what I've put together. Impossible for me at this point to separate everything, but I'll tell you what I know versus what I saw and what I physically have in here.
Sorry.
But it's helpful for you to know. So the allegation, I have to go with the allegation. The allegation was that at my house in London in March, whatever that was, 2001, I believe. We went to London especially so that you'd have a relationship with Prince Andrew, and she was paid a vast amount of money for that purpose. Okay. And that she then got in my bathroom in my house in London and had sexual relations with him, and then went into my guest room and had full-blown sex, and then left my house. Oh, he left and she felt used and disgusting. And a photograph was taken of them just before all these events took place in my study. That is what is the story. Oh, and then after that, she met him several other times, but we'll come to that. This is where it will allegedly start.
And they went to train.
Oh, right. We went to a nightclub that night. Oh, we went to dinner, right? We went to dinner and then to train. Okay, so the first thing about that weekend, that specific weekend, was that it's my mum's 80th birthday and I was in the country. And I have some corroborating evidence for that and a lot of testimonial that you can check. So that takes care of the reason why one of the reasons why her story doesn't hold water. The second reason why, so by the way, when I say that, my mum turned 80th that actual weekend, was her birthday, on March the 11th. And the reason why I went to London, and I presume, but I don't remember, is why when we were, so the whole trip started because of Alberto Pinto, who's the decorator for the island and for New York as well. And he had wanted Epstein to go to see a house in Marrakesh, if I remember rightly, and went via the Alhambra. It was also for New Mexico. So there's architectural pieces and that was the basis of that trip. And I suspect now that trip was planned all around the fact that I was going to be in London no matter what for my mum's 80th birthday at my brother's house in the country, which is approximately, I don't know, outside of London, an hour and a half outside of London, and my brother's home. And we all congregated on the Saturday for her birthday celebration on the Sunday, and then we left. So that's that. The second reason why, probably maybe even the more important reason than my mum's birthday, that I think it's absolute rubbish, is that Prince Andrew, the idea of him doing anything of that nature in my house that's the size of this room is so mind-blowingly not conceivable to me is the man, or what I just can't even. No.
Is there any way that it could have happened?
No.
Okay.
Describe the physical plane.
Oh, the physical. So my house was tiny. I think it's 900 square feet in total. Well, maybe not. Is that right? Maybe nine. It is on 3 floors, however. So we're talking about it's a jewel. It used to be a stable for a horse. It was the stables for the big houses. It was the little poor man's home behind the rich man's home. It's a jewel. Was a gorgeous little place, but it is the size of a nut. If you make a noise, let's say to the burp or something, you'd hear it. It just, where she says that they had relations in a bathroom, first of all, the bath is an old Victorian bath. I'm quite small. Tight for me. I put my brother in there to see what would happen. It looks like a blivet, which is a sausage in a very tight skin. So her description of whatever the two people were doing in the tub, that would work. The bathroom itself is so small, you can't lie flat on the floor. So it couldn't happen on the floor because you physically can't. The bathroom is too small to even be on the floor. And then the kicker of all kickers is that because the bathroom was so small, I decorated it to try and make it look huge, which meant that I put mirrors the whole way around it. And what was so fun about being in there is that if you stood in the bathroom, you saw like 100 of you, like you do if you were in
A fun house.
yeah, well, Alice in Wonderland, or one of those things that you would see yourself going stretching everything. And it's the image, if you said you were, let's say telling the truth, she could say she was having sex with 5,000 generations of the royal family, because that's how far back you could see yourself. There is no way in God's green earth, if that had taken place, that this is something that you would miss, because you can miss it. If you were standing there now, you'd see the whole of the FBI, the whole of the Department of Justice standing behind you.
Holy hell.
It's like, no.
It's freaking crazy.
Did you,
Also explain where the tap was in the bathtub.
Oh, well, it's an and a tap. So if you were
Oh my God.
if you were in the tub, this is the tub. My tap would be here. I think. No.
so you think it's kind of logistically and physically not something that could have.
Well, there's that, and there's just Andrew. He's so. English. He's so he's had a tie on.
Do you think there's any way it could have happened or no?
Absolutely,
Okay, so
no way, no how. Absolutely. Wait, I haven't finished. So on her.
No.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
It is me.
Sorry.
Go ahead. Go. Finish, please. Go ahead.
Sorry. Can I
That's
finish? Okay. When all this nonsense took place, where this whole story with the picture and the this and the that, and this bullshit, I believe that this whole thing was manufactured, and I can point you to some potentially corroborating evidence of this. So when she gave the photograph to the FBI in Australia,
Just to be clear, the photograph you're talking about the famous one
I
where,
have an image of it
where,
here.
where
Let's look at
Andrew's
it.
holding, and you're in the background.
The fake. Just to be clear. So on the back of that, and this is in the discovery, by the way. I don't know if it's in. I don't know which discovery I saw it in now, but this she wrote in the back that it was a picture that was taken in January of 2000 or 2001. I don't remember.
Okay.
So now, in her handwriting that she's giving the FBI this picture, suddenly now it's March. So how do you go from her writing it's January to March? It's because it's the only one that fit with the flight logs that when she could be in London and this took place. The second thing is that, I'm so excited to tell you this. There is a journalist I know you guys quite well. The fake news is at work. So there's a journalist called Sharon Churcher. There is a lawyer called Brad Edwards. These two, and there is a Southern District of Florida prosecutor called Villafana. I would very much look forward to showing you the relationship between these three parties that created that story.
Why? Well, without putting aside the relationship, why do you think they created that story?
I believe that story was created for the purposes of, well, there are multiple. The first one is financial. The second one is for the purposes of the CBRA case. The third one was for the serialization both of her book and in the papers for the story to attack the royal family. And just as a
So I think when you were just asked about the photo, you said you actually thought the photo was fake. Do you think it was just misdated, or do you think it's literally a fake photo?
I believe it's literally a fake photo.
Why do you think that?
Well, first of all, I don't remember it. We'll start.
But
Right,
you,
okay, but the outfit I'm wearing
yeah.
is the outfit from my mum's birthday party.
So, but you don't have any. Do you dispute that they met each other?
Do you know whether they've met each other?
I do not know that they met.
Okay, so you not only you think the photograph is fake, but you also are not even positive they actually ever met each other.
I know.
So you don't have a specific recollection of kind of being at an event or a party or your apartment or your flat in London with Prince Andrew and
Virginia Roberts.
She doesn't know one way or the other.
understand that,
I want you to
No,
know
I know.
that the reason why I'm not hesitant. I don't have any memory of that. So that's not the issue. The issue is, could Andrew come to the house to see me or see Epstein and say hi and she had been there? Yes, I can't say that couldn't happen. But what I can absolutely categorically say is that I never at any time set Andrew up to have relations with her or any other human being ever. And I can categorically state that her characterization of whatever may or may not have happened could physically would just no. And plus, I was in the country, so all of that's not conceivable.
Did you attend social parties over, and again, I really now am focused on 2000 plus, so not the early years, where Mr. Epstein would host a party or be a big part of the hosting of the party, and some of or many of the young women who were masseuses would be invited to the party as guests or as entertainment.
I certainly went to his house when he would have people who would be there that were, I call them, the way I would think of it, and I would characterize it, were his entourage. That's how I thought about it. And that certainly was in the later 2000s, yes.
Did you attend any weddings of famous people with Mr. Epstein? Again, I'm mostly focused on post 2000, but if there's something that comes to mind in the 90s, that's fine as well.
A wedding?
Weddings.
With Epstein? I don't think I ever went to a wedding with Epstein. I can't think of a wedding that I ever went to with him.
Do you know, so you don't remember, you didn't attend President Clinton's daughter's wedding?
I did.
Chelsea Clinton's, but that wasn't with Mr. Epstein.
No, it was with Ted Wade, my boyfriend.
Say it again?
With Ted Wade, my boyfriend.
Okay. Do you know whether Mr. Epstein was at that wedding?
He was not.
And how did you have a relationship Well, why did you get invited to that wedding?
Because Ted and Clinton were very close.
And why? How are you close to them? Like, what was the reason you were close to them?
I met President Clinton. Well, first of all, I went to the White House with Epstein once for, I think it was for a historical, like one of those benefits. And I met the president then, but like 1,000 other people shook his hand. Then after that, I had a good friend of mine that was known to be the mayor of Miami Beach, Philip Levine. And Philip and the president were very good friends. And Philip was and I were very good friends. And so I actually was introduced to the president post his coming out of the White House and became friendly with him because of Philip Levine.
Because of what?
Philip Levine.
There's some names that have been publicly associated with Mr. Epstein that I just want to ask you if you know about. Piers Morgan.
Is friendly with who?
With Mr. Epstein.
I have no idea. Never. I doubt it.
Yeah, there's no trick question. I'm not suggesting that I know the answer to it. I'm genuinely just asking.
I would be astonished. I can't imagine they'd have anything in common either.
How about
friends with Piers Morgan?
I've met him. I met him at an event in Manhattan. I can't remember what. More recently, so probably in 2012, 30, something in that, and we had a very nice conversation. So I remember that. I remember thinking I don't remember if I'd ever met him before, but I remember thinking how nice he was and how I was surprised. So I liked him. What can I tell you? So that's the only memory I have of that. I'm not sure if that's correct, but that's what I think.
I don't have a correct or incorrect.
No, I always want to try and.
No, but I want you to believe me, because I mean this. There is so much information in the public sphere about you and Mr. Epstein and others around, and some of it is definitely true, and some of it is definitely false.
Okay, all right.
So when I ask a question, if I think that you're not being honest or that you're missing something, I'm not. This isn't got you. I'll say that to you. Did you ever meet JFK Jr.?
I'm sorry?
Did you ever meet JFK Jr.?
Yes.
When was that?
I met him at Andrew Cuomo's wedding. No, Kerry's wedding. Kerry's wedding. Who did Kerry marry? Andrew Cuomo. Yes, sorry.
Okay.
Andrew Cuomo's wedding in.
When would that have been approximately?
1990.
So before
1989. Something like that.
But would that have been before you met Mr. Epstein?
Yes.
Did you have any sort of professional or social relationship with John F. Kennedy Jr.?
I fancied.
You what?
I thought he was very attractive.
Oh, you fancied him.
Sorry.
Aside from finding him attractive and fancying him, did you have any sort of social relationship with him?
We knew each other, and I thought he was wonderful and fun, and I enjoyed meeting him. But we went out. I wanted to say we had a dinner or two, but I was very excited. But that was it.
And then Alan Dershowitz.
What's the question with Alan?
Do you say it again?
What's the question?
Do you know Mr. Dershowitz?
Yes.
Do you know whether he knew Mr. Epstein? Do you know the nature of their relationship?
I definitely do know Alan. I'm just trying to remember if I knew him. I'm trying to remember how I met him, and I met him separate from Epstein. I don't remember, so that I have no recollection. I remember. I know that he was Epstein's lawyer. I don't know if they had any relationship prior to that. I don't remember. Oh, I do actually. I think they met at the same Martha's Vineyard through Lynn Forrester. Now, I think that's what happened. I think that's it.
And why do you think that? Okay. And did you you said that Mr. Dershowitz was Mr. Epstein's attorney. Do you know whether they also socialized?
So my personal memory of when I remember I have two distinct memories with Alan. One is with him and his wife at the island, and I actually remember that. And I remember, I think going to his house in Boston, if he had a house in Boston. Those are the only two times I remember.
Did you ever observe Mr. Dershowitz doing anything inappropriate with young women around Mr. Epstein?
No,
Did you ever hear anybody ever tell you that he had done anything inappropriate?
absolutely not.
Did you know one way or the other whether Mr. Dershowitz ever got a massage at the island or any locations that he was at with Mr. Epstein?
I don't remember anything about him ever getting a massage. I don't ever have any record. I don't believe I ever even saw him in a bathroom. I have no knowledge of that.
I'm jumping around a little bit. You mentioned, I think, briefly the Terra Mara project.
Yes.
What is that?
I founded Terramar the idea of Terramar came, I think, in 2010. So I want to just explain Terramar a little bit. So Ted and I bought a boat. Well, Ted bought a boat. And the basis of the boat was to do explorations and sea exploratory stuff. This really started because I have had since I was a child a love of the ocean and everything aquatic, and I've always been I'm nervous about the state of the ocean. When Ted and I, we worked with National Geographic and we did exploratory work, and the most exciting, we did many exciting things, but one of the most fabulous ones that we did was we looked for Amelia Earhart twice. I did 2 expeditions to look for Amelia Earhart as an example of an exploration that we did. And he had a foundation for the ocean, and we worked with Nat Geo, we worked with Woods Hole, we did amazing things. He bought the Remus 6000, so when the plane went missing, the plane that went, was it Air France, from Brazil to Paris that went down, was the Remus 6000 that found that plane. It's one of those deep sea underexplored. Anyway, when I broke up with Ted, I just, one of the things I did not want to give up was my love of the ocean and everything that we did. And Terramar, the genesis of Terramar came from that. So Terramar obviously means land, sea, and the story of the ocean is that Earth really shouldn't be called Earth, it should be called ocean because 3/4 is the ocean. So, and so I wanted to not clash with anything to do with Ted because it was a bit awkward between us. And so he took all the part of the ocean that was close to land, so within 200 miles. And so I decided I would focus on all the part of the ocean that was outside of national borders, Terramar. And that's how that's the genesis of Terramar.
So what was the time period of that?
That, I think, after I broke up with Ted, so 2010, 11 is when it started. And then I ran it all the way up until whenever the Epstein drama struck, and then I just shut it down. I shut it down because I didn't want what was happening to hurt the Smithsonian or Nat Geo or I just couldn't let everything be hurt by what was happening to me.
You know Jean-Luc Brunel?
Yes.
How do you know?
I met him, so when I told you I was working for the European for my dad, and I was in
So
charge.
back in like early 90s.
Yeah, and I was running a magazine. One of the things in the magazine is fashion. And so I was going to some fashion shows and I was looking for fashion sponsorship. And in fact, when I came to America, one of the first sponsors that I got for it was Ron Pellman at Revlon, who was great. And I met Jean-Luc through just in Paris like that, but socially not.
Did Mr. Epstein know him as well? Did you later learn what they knew each other?
I'm not sure. I don't. He would have. Epstein had his own fashion situation, so he would have. I don't. He didn't meet Jean-Luc through me.
Did you ever observe them together over the years?
Absolutely, yeah. I saw them many times together.
Did he visit the island? Did
Yes.
he go to Palm Beach?
Yes, he
Beach
went.
House?
Yeah, he went everywhere. I saw him in every place.
Do you ever observe him getting a massage? Or do you ever know whether they got a massage? Maybe you didn't observe it personally. You don't remember.
I don't know. I mean, I don't. I never. I have no conscious memory of Jean-Luc. I would imagine that he did, but I never. I don't.
How about Mr. Weinstein, Harvey Weinstein?
What would you like to know?
Do you know him?
Yes.
How do you know him? Like, I guess when I say how do you know him, is it a relationship you had kind of separate from Mr. Epstein, or did you meet him through Mr. Epstein, or?
I wouldn't.
both?
I wouldn't say I had any type of relationship with Harvey Weinstein.
Okay.
In any context. Socially, I would meet him because I would go to events that Harvey would be at, and also his wife was English, Georgina. And I was, I mean, friendly also would be a big word, more acquaintance. So we would see each other, and I would go to Miramax events. But there was a couple of people who worked for Harvey who I was friendly with. His primary producer, whose name is Meryl Poster, who I was friendly with, and
Do you know whether Mr. Epstein had his own relationship with Mr. Weinstein?
he did.
Did they socialize together at the island or in Palm Beach or New Mexico?
I never saw Harvey at any of Epstein's house. So socialize, I don't know that they were friends. I mean, I can't see them together either. I mean, literally. But I know that they certainly did. I would imagine, and in fact, I think I have a memory, but I can't. That when Harvey was trying to raise money for whatever his business was called, I can't remember what his business was called. Maybe he went there because Epstein was good at raising money. I just don't know. But I never saw them. I don't recall seeing Harvey in any of the properties.
Just go a few more minutes and take a break. I know it's after lunch. So we talked several hours ago about your father and his business a little bit. After your father passed, do you know whether Mr. Epstein was involved in your family business that you know of?
Absolutely not. In any respect. First of all, there was no family business there. Start with that problem. And the second one is my family didn't like him very much. And they were busy dealing with their own problems. There was no relationship whatsoever. I mean, my mum and he got along quite well. That was it. But that was just an old lady. He was nice to her.
We're now being a little repetitive, but you're confident that before you met Mr. Epstein, you didn't know your father, and so he wouldn't have done business with your father's companies in the 80s either.
Absolutely not. I'm 100% sure of that. I never met him. I never saw him. I never heard his name. No, nothing.
So, there's been a lot of conversations about whether Mr. Epstein maintained like a list of people, like a book of famous people that he knew. It's called a black book or a client list or a list. Did you know of the existence of any such list?
There is no list. We'll start with that. The genesis of that story, I can actually trace for you from its absolute inception, if that is what you're interested in.
Well, first, you know, to be sure, there is no list, there's no client list, nothing like that.
No, there's nothing like
So you know.
that, obviously.
Okay, so you say you think you know the genesis, so go ahead, tell us.
I'd like you to know that I have brought some supporting corroborative evidence.
Well, tell me what it is,
Well,
too,
why
and then
don't
we'll
you
get the
tell it first?
corroboration.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is this, do you want to take a break here? Because this is a long.
This
It's a
is
long
the
story.
story. Yeah,
Yeah,
this is
let's take a break, yeah. Yeah, let's take a break.
All right, the time is 2:03. We're going to take a break right now.
Okay. So that's like the second hour or whatever. Actually, probably longer than that. Third hour, something. But I'll get these loaded up. I'll see if I can record some more because we got part 6 and 7 for day 1. But anyway, I will talk to y'all later. Have a good one. Bye.